Video, I am going to be showing you how I'm going to put together my Bible planner for 2018, or my faith planner. I do use a K for my faith planning right now, or my Bible study right now, but I'm going to be transitioning everything into the Happy Planner. I like this system better, and I currently keep my faith planning inserts that I kind of created on my own in my regular Happy Planner, that is my catch-all planner, and I like that system because then I have it on the go with me, and when I want a faith plan on the go, then I have it there with me, and then once it gets full, or I've already planned for those pages, and I can pull them out of my classic Happy Planner and put them in what's going to be my faith planner. So again, I'm completely sold on the whole pulling pages out and putting stuff in, and just kind of being a little more flexible and user friendly with the Happy Planner. And so I think that's going to work out better for me than having this planner here. So I'll show you a little bit of what this planner is contained, and then I'm going to pull some stuff out of this planner and transfer it into this planner. I'm still deciding what I want to keep out of or take out of this planner to put in here. And then we'll go from there. So I'm going to basically create a whole new planner. I have some planner covers that were in my collection. This says it's your year. I thought it was really pretty with the colors. I love these colors with the gold foil and the peach color and the pink and the teal. So I've got that. So this is what I'm going to use for the cover. I've got a pin loop. I've got some rings that I purchased. So this is something new that I purchased. Everything else I think I pretty much had in my collection besides some of the paper. So I've got that. And then I've also got some dashboards, so I'll be using those. And I've got some note paper. I've got all the things, which is what I'm going to use for my table of contents. I'm still trying to figure out how to incorporate a table of contents in Bible planning, but I think I would like to have it that way. I have a quick reference of what is included in this planner, and I can get to that subject easily. So we've got that, and eventually I'll probably need more than one page, but starting out I'm pretty sure more than one page is just fine. I've got some graph paper here, and so I'll use that. I put a sticky note here. I just pulled this out of this planner, the old planner. And so I'll probably use this in some way as well. So we've got that, and then we've got lots of paper. So this is going to be perfect for starting out, but of course I know I'll need a lot more than this. And I'll eventually probably need to go to the expander rings as well, but right now I think this will be just fine. And then I've got some one pocket folder, and I think that'll be plenty. And then I've got some dividers. I'm not quite sure yet what I want the dividers to be. So on this video, I'm pretty much going to be just assembling it. I'll show you kind of how I write out my pages. And that's going to be pretty much it, because I'm not sure what the subjects are going to be just yet. I know I want a Bible study plan by topic and by scripture. And so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to sort it out with these or with the dashboards. So we'll just put it all together and we'll see where that takes us. So let's get started. Again, this is my old planner system, which is a K planner, personal size, or A5 size, I think. And so this is what I was using previously. And I went through this a little bit on my last video in terms of what I have included here. So we'll walk through it a little bit, and then I'll pull out some stuff that I know I'm going to probably use in the other planner. All right, so in the first pocket here, I've got sticky notes. Those are the same sticky notes I just showed you on the other page that I'm going to include. So I'll definitely pull these out. And I'll also pull these out. I love using these sticky notes as well. They've got a lot of space and you can color code. So we'll pull this stuff out. And then my first page is my weekly Bible study schedule. So I won't be pulling that out because I normally write it at the bottom of my classic size planner in the goals section. And so I pretty much know what my schedule is by now. I'm not going to pull off any of this stuff. So this one already had a table of contents, and that's why I wanted to incorporate one in my new planner as well. I was starting fresh, so I needed a new page. So I've got 2 pages in here, but I'm going to leave those here. I don't really need those now. Got a lot of blank paper. I've got a Bible reading schedule, which is different from my Bible study schedule. And I already have this in my classic size Happy Planner, so I don't need that. And then here are the inserts that I really liked using. So this is kind of how I'm planning now in the Happy Planner that I'm creating today, except I'm writing it all on the page. And so I'll show you a little bit of how I do that. So this is a study by lesson. And then this is a personal study. Actually, let me see. Hold on. Yeah. This is a personal study schedule. And then we have a schedule by, let's see, symbolism used in the chapter. And so we'll use that, except we, again, won't be pulling these out. We'll just write it or draw it on the page to make it look cute. And then I think I have another one, maybe in a different section. I don't know why this keeps getting caught on the rings. The rings are perfectly intact. I think I punched the holes incorrectly. But anyways, these are more sticky notes dashboard. I won't be taking that out. And then these are some pages that I had already planned for Bible study. So, on more printables. I won't be pulling those out because, again, I'm not doing printables right now. Maybe later I may, but I'm not doing them right now. And then this is a little chart of the prophets and kings of Judah and of Israel. I like to have this in here, so I'll probably pull this out eventually and then repunch it. Or maybe I'll just reprint it. So this is by character. I do like these printables, but I just kind of want to write on the page. And then this is by chapter. So we'll incorporate that as well. Same thing. Well, actually, this is... I think these are from the same ones from earlier by lesson. So I had it all split out according to my needs. And so we'll just kind of put it all together in a similar way and see if it works. So that's all that was in my Bible planner. I cleaned it out because I was starting fresh for 2018. And so this was ready to go. But again, I don't want to have another planner. I prefer to just use my existing planner and just put the inserts in there. And that way I have it with me at all times. So I do like this planner. It's really pretty. It's gorgeous. But again, we'll use this for another purpose later on. So let's move into assembling our new planner. So we've got this stuff that we just pulled, and then we've got the rings and the dividers and all that stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is put together the actual planner. So we're going to open up the rings. All right, so let's get the rings opened. Might need my scissors. And these are like a champagne color, which are really pretty. And I thought that they would go very well with the cover. Yeah, they go really well. So these are really pretty. So let's pull those out. All right. So let's go ahead and just start adding them on the covers. I'm so excited to get this put together and be already ready for 2018. So I guess I'm adding another planner to my lineup, even though, again, kind of not really, because I'm pulling the inserts out and putting them in my classic size planner. So it's still going to be a part of my catch-all planner. And I think that's going to work perfectly for me because I just don't want to have another planner to have to manage the whole entire planner for. So I think this is going to be perfect. Okay, so there we go. So now we can start putting it in the order that we want it in. So the first thing I'm going to add is the table of contents page. And so I'm going to go ahead and write table of contents on this page. And so that way I know exactly what it is for. Grab my pen. All right, so let's try to make this a little bit cute. And I'll write it on the top line because I don't think it matters. Table. Will change as time goes on. I'm sure I'll add more decorative elements to it. Of course, I'll add stickers to it to make it cuter. That's perfect for now. Of course, it's gonna change and look different over time, but for right now, I'm okay with that look. So we'll put that in. Okay, so that'll be the first page. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a folder next. And I'll just keep little things in here that I wanna keep as keepsakes, or things I may wanna study, or whatever, magazines or articles or whatever. I'll keep that there. And so we'll go ahead and move forward with the first tab. Now, I don't know what the tabs are going to be just yet. It might be like whatever that study's going to be, like if it's by topic or if it's by scripture, it's probably going to be something like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in some of the pages that I already planned for in my classic size happy planner. Under my faith tab, I've got, let me pull this stuff out because technically I don't need this all in here. I'll probably just need this page, and then as I move on in the Bible reading, then I can pull the other pages out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, this is page 1 and 2. So I'm only going to keep 1 and 2 on my planner, and then I'll put the rest of these in here. So we'll put these at the beginning because I like to see these when I open up. Okay. So we've got that, and then I'm going to keep my Bible study ideas in here, and I'm going to keep this in here as well. And then once I fill up my Bible study ideas page, I will transfer this in here and then start a new page. But I've got a whole ways to go on the back side. And so I don't have to take this out just yet. So let me just show you how I typically plan, or how I'm going to plan, since this is all kind of new to me, is those same pages that you saw in the other planner, which I actually kept a copy of in here for reference. So instead of writing on these pages, I'm going to actually create my own page and do it that way. And so this page is kind of based off of this page. As you can see, I kind of tried to mimic what was here and just transferred it on here. And that way I had a bigger page and I was able to decorate it. And to me, I just like doing it this way. If I can figure out where I printed these from, some of you may want to download these and print them and use them as is. So I'll try to put it in the link below if I can remember. If I can't remember, then I'm sorry in advance. But again, I like doing it this way and just transferring it here because I'm a person that loves to write. And so because of that, sitting here and just writing all this out is therapeutic for me. And so that's the way I'll continue moving forward. So this is a study by topic. And so that's why I picked this one. Oh, not that one. This one. Because this is kind of, I don't know, kind of went with that. But for different, depending on the subject, it'll be different. Like this is a character study. And so I tried to do it this way. And so I changed some things around. Well, no, I'm sorry, not this way. But this is, I guess this is probably by subject too. Or maybe it might be by person. But I picked this one, yeah, because this says name of character to be analyzed. And so I tried to mimic it based on this sheet. So at the top it says name of character to be analyzed, and then it says meaning of name. And so I tried to put a couple of words about the meaning of the name, and then it has scripture reference, and then what it teaches, and then favorite quotes, and then other journals. So I just put reference there for other magazines and stuff that I want to cross-reference with. And then on the back of every page I have more research, same as that one. And so that would give me a lot more space. And then as you can see, I decorated them with some stickers. And so this just allows you to be a little more decorative if you like to decorative plan and you're going all in on that. This way allows you to do it that way. And I like it that way. And so what I'll do is once I finish studying these two topics, I'll pull these out of here and then I'll put them in whatever the dividers I decide to choose for this planner. I'll put it in that tab. And so again, I think I'm probably going to do it by like character or by topic, by scripture. And so these tabs will have that at the top or on the side eventually printed on there. I'll probably use my label maker for that. And so we'll do that at another time. But for now, I'm going to pull these. Well, actually, I'm not going to pull these pages out because I'm not done with these pages. But again, once I'm done, I'll file them away where they need to go. I'm not done planning for those yet. So what we'll do next is we'll go ahead and add more paper. more paper. And I'm not too much of a big fan of the graph paper, but I am going to use the graph paper because I think it's useful sometimes, and so we'll add that as well. So we'll just add some paper in each of the tabs. And I'm just using the Happy Planner paper with the little decorative side, where the punch is. And I like these. These are really cute. I'm excited to get all of some of that other stuff that Happy Planner is coming out with that they mentioned in the last video. So I'm excited about that. Although I don't need anything else really. I just want it. So we'll see what I decide to pick up. So I'm gonna add another divider. I have 4 dividers here, but I'm not quite sure yet if I'm gonna need all 4. And so for now, well, I'm gonna use all 4 for now until I just really decide how I'm gonna break this thing up. All right, so we'll just keep adding the dividers until they're done. I got one more after this. And I think I need to pick up more paper. I did pick up some paper yesterday or the other day, and I just don't think I got enough. Okay, so I've got that, and then I've got the regular paper that doesn't have the decorative border, which is very nice because at the top it says notes and then it says date, so I could put the date on here. So I love these. These are really, really gorgeous. Again, I don't really need the graph paper, so I wonder if they're gonna come out with just a whole bunch of regular lined pages, or if they're always gonna include the graph paper, because that would be my preference, to just have the lined paper. But anyways, I'm gonna add some of the graph paper in there too. And so let's add a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and add some of this paper, the lined paper without the decorative side part, because I like this paper. And it has dotted lines. It doesn't have a solid line, it has a dotted line, but I like it. I like it. And then put that in here. I'm gonna pull a couple of sheets out and put them here. All right, so moving right along. Again, I am gonna just use a little bit of the graph paper, and I'll just stick it in the back. And then whenever I decide to use graph paper, I'll just grab it from there. There you go. All right, so we're all done with that part. Now I need to determine where I want my dashboards, which again, since I'm not quite sure yet how this is going to flow, I don't know. I think I'm going to probably put this one here just to protect that table of contents page. And then I'm not sure where I'm going to put this one yet. So we'll put it right here for now. I also think I'm gonna get the planner, which I think is the Daydreamer planner, that only has the monthly inserts. And I think Happy Planner just announced, or maybe just announced in the last video, that they were gonna have an expansion pack for that, just the monthly. So I think I'm gonna do that because I do wanna have a calendar so that I can plan out what I wanna study for the month. And so I don't need the weekly inserts, but I think I do want the monthly. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. And then what I'll do with that is I'll just go by month. And so I'll put a monthly here, and then I'll put January here, I think. I'm still deciding. And then I'll use my top tabs for like personal study or character study or whatever I decide to to have my subjects be. And then I'll use the side for the months. And if I do that, it'll already come with these tabs. So we'll see exactly how we're going to lay it out once that comes out. But at least this will get me by temporarily until I really get things going and set up the way I want them to. But at least I wanted to have this kind of started and ready to go. And so we're gonna go ahead and add on the pen loop. I love this pen loop. I happen to have this on hand. Again, I had most everything on hand except for some of the paper I didn't have on hand, and then the rings I didn't have on hand. So that's it, I think. Oh, and then I have these note pages. I wasn't sure what I was going to use them for yet. Again, this whole thing might evolve and just turn into something a totally different setup than how it is right now. But for now, I think this is good. And so I'm just kind of adding things in based on how I think I'm going to use it. And then, again, like I said, it'll probably change in the future. So this is it. I think I've added everything I need to add. And so we'll add some sticky notes to the dashboard. We'll add some of these sticky notes to the dashboard because I love using these sticky notes. And that way I have those there. And then I think I'm going to stick these in the pocket folder just to have on hand. And that's it. It's not too bulky. It's the perfect size. And so as I complete things out of my classic happy planner, then I will pull it out of here and I will put it in here. And we'll just keep doing that. We'll keep using that system. And as I need new pages, I'll pull them from here and put them in here, and then I'll pull them from here and put them in here. So it'll be like a circle. And so that's the way I plan on faith planning for next year. Leave me some comments below in terms of what you think. Again, old system. Having to carry this around would have been too much because it would have been this one, and then my mini. But now I can file this away and I have everything here, one planner. I'm about that life. I love it. And so I think it's going to work out just perfectly. So leave some comments below as to what you think. If you have any ideas on if I should change things up or what your thoughts are on this planner. Also, how do you faith plan? Do you plan on using a similar system? Do you have a separate planner for that? Let me know, and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, and like this video so that way I can continue to make planner related videos that you guys enjoy. So I will see you on the next video.